Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome to our next biblical theme. This one will be spirit versus flesh. Okay? Spirit versus flesh. And we see this played out in the New Testament, specifically in the book of Galatians and elsewhere. We're also going to see it played out in the short story collection Jesus' Son, where our narrator, who is unnamed, but his friends call him Fuckhead. You heard that right. It's in the book. I didn't make it up. But Fuckhead is going to move from an old way of life to a new way of life. Okay? And so let's look at these two ways of being in the world. Okay? So our first key word here is spirit. So we'll look at spirit, and then we'll take a quick break, and we'll get to flesh, and then we'll wrap up. So spirit is a word that we find in the Hebrew Bible. It's ruach, and it also is found in the Christian Bible, specifically in the New Testament, which is comprised of 27 books, and that word is pneuma. Okay, so both in the Hebrew Bible and in the Christian Bible, spirit has a human dimension and a divine dimension. Okay, and we're going to focus mostly on the divine dimension. Okay, so our big question is, I had this all worked out before I pressed play. What is spirit? Well, spirit is the creative power of God working in and through, for example, Jesus and human beings. And the spirit helps to bring about a new way of life in people. Okay? And we're going to see the spirit, working in and through the life of Fuckhead from the first short story all the way to the final short story. Okay, we're going to see God, in a sense, chasing Fuckhead down and somehow, bringing him from a state of, self-centeredness to God-centeredness, as the philosopher of religion John Hick would put it. Okay, from self-centeredness, and we see Fuckhead being very self-centered in the first story, to God-centeredness, which he's doing or at in the final story, Beverly Home. Okay? So a new way of life, all right? So that must mean that there is an old way of life. So what is this old way of life? What key word would signify the old way of life? Well, that's going to be the topic of our next lesson. Stay tuned.